Hello class 8 students. Today we are going to start another chapter from your English grammar book, that is chapter number 8, verbs, main and auxiliary. So we have learned about tense, okay, and we have learned everything about tense, future, present and past, isn't it? But now it is very important for you to learn something more important than this, that is about the verb, okay. We will go thoroughly the verb. So basically, if I will say that verbs, so there are three basic verbs are there, that is called main verb, auxiliary. Auxiliary is also called helping verb, okay, and another is modal verb. So this one we will get in the next chapter. Today we will learn only these two, that is main and auxiliary verb, okay. Now main verb, what is main verb? Main verb indicate an action, event or event, state or position in a sentence. So main verb, it act as a main verb. Those action verbs which we can say, action which state action, event, state or position in a sentence, those are called main verbs, okay. For example, it was the day of marathon, so was is a main verb. We ran for a cause, ran is a main verb. We have miles to our credit, have is a main verb. So it is showing state, it is showing action, it is showing possession. We are tired now, it is showing our state, okay. So this is main verb. Now main verb is very easy to understand. We have done tense with the help of main verb, okay. Everything we have done with the help of main verb. Now very important for you to know is auxiliary verb, okay. Auxiliary verbs, here first is primary auxiliary verb. Let's see what is auxiliary verb, what is primary auxiliary verb. So watch this video carefully, very important. So primary auxiliary verb, sometime the main verb use other helping verb to show tense. So I already told that auxiliary verb means helping verb. So sometime what happened, the main verb use other helping verb to show tense. These verbs are called auxiliary verb. They appear before the main verb in a sentence. So if you have not understood the meaning, let me tell you. Auxiliary verb are called helping verb, okay. For example, she is cooking food, and next is she cooks food. Two sentences I have given, 1 and 2. In the first sentence, in the both sentence, this cook is the main verb, okay. Now is cooking. Now if I will not use is, she cooking food, it will not make sense also, it will not tell you the tense also, okay, that this first sentence is written in which tense, it is present tense, past tense or what tense, okay. So now this is, which is working, which is auxiliary verb, or you can say helping verb, okay. It is helping whom? It is helping the main verb to complete its sentence, okay. So what is given here, that sometime the main verb use other helping verb to show tense. Now when I am using is, so it is easily understood that this sentence is written in present tense, okay. Here it is, by looking at the main verb, you can easily find out that this is written in present tense. It is written in present tense, okay. So that is different, this is different thing, okay. Here we are not using any kind of helping verb, okay, but some verbs are there, some main verbs are there which need helping verb to complete the meaning and to show the tense, okay. If I will use here instead of is, if I will use here was, it will become past tense, okay. So this portion is called helping verb, which help the main verb to complete the sentence. So they appear before the main verb. And one more thing, that where we have to use helping verb always comes before the main verb, okay. So first auxiliary verb, or you can say helping verb will come, then after main verb. Okay, this is the place. So the three primary auxiliary verbs are be, have and do. So there are three primary auxiliary verbs. One is be form of verb, have form of verb and do form of verb. So primary auxiliary are used as helping verb before the main verb. They can also be used independently as main verb. So primary auxiliary verb are used as helping verb which is used before the main verb, and sometimes it independently work as a main verb too. So about this in detail I will tell you later. Okay, tell you means, okay, let's see. Here what is said that be, have and do. These three are primary auxiliary verb. Primary auxiliary verb, or you can say helping verb. Okay, now this is a kind of a box. Let's open the box. If you will open the box of B, you will get 5 here. Is, am, are, was, where. Now if I will open this box of have, I will get 3 here. Have, has, had. Here also if I will open this box, I will get 3. Do, does, did. Okay, now this all work as helping verb. It can be work as helping verb, sometimes it can be work as main verb. For example, Tina has worked hard. Okay, another, Tina has a new car. Now this is here, and see this one. Two verbs are there. One is main verb, work. It is action verb, main verb. And if main verb is there, okay, then this will working as, it means it is working as helping verb. If main verb is there, it means this is working as helping verb. So here in the first sentence, sentence number A, has is working as a helping verb. Now here after has you see A is there. There is no main verb. A is not a verb. A is an article. So when has is independently uses in a sentence, it means it is working as a main verb, not as auxiliary verb, because after has A is there, A is an article. Article is not a verb. So after this you see any verb is there or not, like this. If there is any verb, it means it is working as helping verb. If after has this no main verb, then it is working as main verb itself. And keep this in mind that the helping verb always plays before main verb. After the helping verb, if you did not see any kind of main verb, it means this helping verb are working as a main verb. Okay, let's clear this term with some more example. First example, we are friends since childhood. Okay, so very simple here, are. After are, friends is there. Friends is not verb. It means this is working as a main verb. Okay, here they are driving to the countryside. After are you see one more verb is there, which is main verb. It means here are is working as an helping verb. Okay, so this is working as a helping verb. I have a spare pen. After have A is not verb. It means it is working as main verb itself. But here see, Sagar has chosen to be an athlete. Has chosen. After has there is another verb that is a main verb. So it is working as here helping verb. Okay. So in this way we can easily find out which one is helping verb and which one is main verb. So let's see number A. Write M if the underlined word is a main verb, or A if it is an auxiliary. So my grandmother is a great dancer. Is. After is you see here A. It is not a verb. It means is working here as a main verb. I have invited 15 friends for the party. Invited. After have invited is there. It means this is main verb. So it will automatically become helping verb. They did all that was assigned to them. After did all is not a verb. It means this is working as a main verb. So in this way you please try to do all the examples of number A. Let's see next the verb be. We will go through more details about be form of verb. Now I already told that here you see be form of verb contain is, am, are, was, were. So we will learn about this. The verb be as a main verb denotes state. So if you use be as a main verb, it will denote state or condition. Okay, it is also used to make sentence or to give information. For example, the girl is very good, so it is giving information about the girl. Okay, so in the same way, like the boy is a scholar, it is expressing state. We were soon 20 in the group, it is a statement. Where is also the part, right? If you forgot, again let me show you. Is, am, are, was, where. There are billions of stars in the sky, it is an information. Okay, so when you use be as a main verb, it express state, statement, information, like that. So be can be used as main verb also in this way, and can be used as auxiliary verb, that is helping verb. So the verb be and its form and are used as an auxiliary verb. So how it is used as an auxiliary verb? So it is basically used before ing form of the verb to form the continuous tense. So be, that is, am, are, was, were, is always used with ing form of the verb. It is according to the formula of tense. You see the tense formula of present continuous, past continuous. So the present continuous formula is am, are plus verb in ing form, and past continuous formula is was, were plus verb in ing form. So what you get, that is, am, are, was, were, that is be form is used with ing form of the verb, which means continuous. Which form? Continuous form. So same thing is given here. See the example. We are observing our day today. So are observing. The teachers were calling out the names of some students. We are calling. Now to form the passive voice. To form the passive voice also we use be. Okay, apart from these five are the main. Some more two are there. Let me tell you. Be, double E and being. BEING also come under this category. Okay, so 5 plus 2, 7. So to form passive voice, for example, the door have been shut for takeoff, which is written in present perfect passive voice. The wall was being demolished, which is written in past continuous passive voice. Okay, so in this way this is written in passive form. So to make passive form also we use be form of verb. Okay, so at the beginning to form interrogative sentence also we can use be form of verb. For example, is it taller than me? Are you coming along for the show? Was there any person standing there? Like that. Next, see the have form of verb. So under have form of verb, I told there are three, that is have, has and had. Let's see the uses. The verb have as a main verb indicate possession. Possession means owing something. Okay, he has a new haircut. Okay, you will have a lot of time after your exam. So this too is written here as a main verb. Now what are the verb, what more uses are there? Let's see. The verb have as a main verb is also used to express event, actions or experiences. Like we have an exam tomorrow, it is an event. They have an early dinner, it is an action. We had lots of fun in the museum, it is an experience. The verb have and its form are used as an auxiliary, that is helping verb. It can be work as a helping verb to form perfect and the perfect continuous tense. So keep in mind that verb have is basically used as an helping verb in present or past perfect, present or past perfect continuous. Not only present, past and future perfect, present, past and future perfect continuous tense. For example, the doctor has examined my throat, it is written in present perfect. Maria had not eaten when we reached, it is written in past perfect. She has been sleeping since 9, it is written in present perfect continuous. Okay, The verb have and its form are used as an auxiliary at the beginning when forming interrogative sentence. If you change this sentence into interrogative, then it will work as interrogative form. For example, have you marked your attendance? Had he arrived when you called? Like that. Okay. Now let's see the uses of verb do. The verb do as a main verb is used to indicate any kind of activity. So verb do as a main verb, it means any kind of activity is going or done. Okay. For example, we shall or we will do our homework regularly now. Linda does the clothes in a washing machine, like that. The verb do and its form does, do and did are used as an auxiliary. So basically verb do is used to make auxiliary verb. Okay, that is as an auxiliary. Okay, as an auxiliary, what are the uses are there? The three uses are there, very important. First, do is used to make interrogative sentence, that is question sentence, yes or no sentence, especially for simple present tense and simple past tense. Keep this in mind. Here it is not written, but for simple present tense and simple past tense, we use do form of verb. Do you have any money with you? Does she come here often? Like that. Okay. Now let's see. Do is also used to make negative sentence. Negative sentence also for simple present tense and simple past tense. I do not like to interfere in others' lives. The manager did not come. One is written in simple present, is a simple past. For emphasis, so you do agree with me, I did call you back then. Okay, like this. So next, very important, on which you have to do number B, framing interrogative with the primary auxiliary. How you will frame interrogative means how you will make question sentence. So on the basis of that you have to do number B. Okay, so let me tell you, the grass has been moved. Okay, now framing interrogative, there is one trick. Let me show you the trick. The trick is very easy. The trick is all based on how you write sentence and how you write interrogative sentence. So normally how we write sentence, that subject comes first. Subject can be noun or pronoun. Okay, then after auxiliary verb, then after main verb, then any rest of the thing is there, if there is. Okay, left full stop. Then in this way we write a normal sentence. For example, he was eating his lunch. Okay, his subject, was is auxiliary verb, eating is main verb, his lunch is object, you can say. Okay, now if I want to frame this in a question sentence, interrogative sentence, what I will do is that I will just, you have to do the simple trick is that change the place of subject and the auxiliary verb. Subject and the auxiliary verb will change their place. So always keep in mind, you can start a question by using auxiliary verb, not using main verb. So if auxiliary verb is missing, then what to do, that one also I will tell. But when auxiliary verb is already there, then change the subject with auxiliary verb. So your question is ready. See here, he is subject, was is auxiliary verb. Change this place. What I will write here, was will come first, he will goes back. Was he eating his lunch? Question mark. And your question is ready. Same thing is given here, the grass has been mowed. Okay, the grass has been mowed. This is subject, right? This is helping verb. Okay, this is a main verb. Now change the place of this to has, the grass, rest of the thing will be in its own place. Don't change the place of rest of the thing, and your question is ready. In this way, see here the answer. Has the grass been mowed? Has the grass been mowed? So such an easy trick, right? She wants to become a pilot. Now she wants to become a pilot. Here let me tell you one thing. Next question, she wants to become a pilot. Now she is subject. Now see, want is not helping verb. It is a main verb. It means helping verb is missing. And helping verb, we can never use helping verb in simple present tense and in simple past tense. So if helping verb is not there, you have to find out whether the sentence is simple present tense or simple past tense. If it is simple present tense, then we will use the do form of verb as do or does. If it is simple past, then we will use did. So this is written in present tense, okay, and s is there. If s is there, just start the question with does. If no s is there in the verb, start the question with do. So does will come. Does will come, she will go back. As there is no helping verb present, we will take the help of do, okay. So do has three form. Now here already I told that do has three form: do, does and did. This do is used for present tense and this is used for past tense, okay. So for present tense we have do or does. Now among do or does, which one you will use, it will totally depend on the verb. If s is there, then use does. If without s, then you use do. So does she, then want. Now here s will get removed. Already you have put s here, so here from here s will get removed. Does she want? Now rest of the thing will remain the same. Means you have to assume that here you have used does. Change the place and question is ready. So in this way it is written here. Next, the horses are ready to race. So the horses is subject, are is helping verb, okay. So are the horses ready to race? Like that, okay. So in this way you have to do the rest. Some more example, let me tell you. For example, Anand played the game. Now here see, Anand is subject, played is main verb, okay. There is no auxiliary verb. So near no auxiliary verb means either you will use do, does or did. So before using do, does, did, find out whether it is present or past. So it is written in past tense. So we have one for past tense, that is did. Just simply start the question with did. Did Anand. Now this will remain in the base form. We will not use ed here. Already I have changed this do into a past tense, that is did. So it will remain play. Did Anand play the game? So you have to change in this way, okay. So this is the trick to make interrogative sentence, okay. Let's see the question number B. Scuba diving is quite safe if you follow the rules of the sports. So is will come first. Is scuba diving safe? Question mark. Very easy. A broken toe is the most common scuba diving injury. So just change the place of a broken toe and is will come here. Is a broken toe the most common scuba diving injury? Give question mark. Exploring shipwreck underwater is very interesting. So exploring shipwreck underwater is subject and is here working as a verb. So is will go first. Is exploring shipwreck underwater is very interesting, okay. Then a British scuba diver spent almost 50 hours underwater. So here there is no auxiliary verb. It means we have to check whether it is present or past. It is past, so you have to use did. Did a British scuba diver. Now spend will come in its base form, that is spend. Spent almost 50 hours underwater, question mark. So in this way try to do the rest, okay. So these all are here to explain. These all are the main thing which is here to explain. Do the rest by your own, okay. So this chapter ends here. So for today's class, this much. Thank you.